Okay, so let's see the architecture of iOS operating system. Before starting with iOS operating system, just try to clear about your basics related to the operating system. As you have already learned the operating system course in your previous semesters, where you have already learned the architecture of desktop-based operating systems, which consists of four major layers. As the first layer is application layer, next layer is its actual OS layer, third layer is kernel layer, and last layer is nothing but your hardware layer. So obviously this is basic architecture of operating system, which is related to the any types of operating system, like desktop based operating system. You can consider it like Windows operating system, Linux operating system, or Unix operating system, and the rest of the operating systems too. So you have already learned like how user can execute the desired application to have the required output through this operating system, in short through your PC or your desktop too. So you can consider any application, like it might be your Microsoft Office Word, where you have processing a request to get printout or to display the content uh, through your PC. So if you consider the application can be your basically web-based or your desktop-based application too. If you consider a simple calculator application, it is nothing but your desktop-based application, which doesn't require to have internet connectivity though. If you consider any web-based application like your web browser examples can be like Internet Explorer or your Google Chrome can be the best example to understand how web application works. So you can consider any application, or it might be web-based application or it might be non-web-based application. So basically, to have the desired output, how the request passes from application layer to the used operating system layer through the kernel and through the hardware, how it is being processed, and again through same flow back the user will get the desired output. So this is the basic related to the operating system. You have already learned like each layer have the different types of components, like it might be application layer, it might be OS layer, or it might be your kernel though, like where the types of processors are used, or it might be the hardware though, like where your actual hardware devices are considered, like it might be your RAM, it might be your headphones, like it might be your 3.5 mm jack ports and so on, audio ports and so on. So basically you have already learned the operating system basics. Now again, even though you learn the mobile operating systems, the prerequisite is you should have the basics related to the operating system though. Even though if you consider the operating systems of your smartphone and operating systems of your desktop though, the little bit the basics related to the architecture are similar. Now, while learning operating system, you may have learned what is task, what is multitasking, what is system services, what is processes, what is process heights, uh, what are threads, what are system calls, and basically what is main application. So, even though if you try to learn how any application is executed in mobile operating system, though those basics are necessary, you should know. Consider to learn how basically any application is executed within it might be your smartphone or within your desktop though. You can consider an application to understand. So before starting with actual example related to the how application is executed, just try to see the figure which includes the application execution in OS. So basically, S1, S2 are the corresponding services, TS1, TS2, and TS3 are the respective tasks. The app is nothing but your desired application. T1, T2, T3 are nothing but your subtask. P1, P2 are nothing but your processes, though it may include some processes though. TH1, TH2, TH3 are nothing but your responsible threads for that uh, processes, or it might be related to the task directly. So this is the nomenclature used to define how application is executed. So if you consider any application, it might be web-based or it might be non-web-based application. Even though same things you can observe through your task manager, though in your smartphones or in your desktop-based operating system, though. Like very simple example, if you open Task Manager in your Windows operating system, it will shows you the list of applications open. Applications can be your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Office Word, or same thing you can observe in your smartphones though. Like applications can be your calculator application, your Google Chrome application, or any social networking site-based application though. Now, within that task manager, you will find it will include list of multiple applications. It will include if you right click on a particular application, you will find the subtasks related to that particular application. Like in simple way, just right click on Google Chrome within your task manager of Windows operating system. You will find it will display some subtasks related to that particular application. And again, in more depth, if you go to the process corresponding to that particular subtask, again, it can display the list of available processes corresponding to that subtask group. Now here again you will find one option is available within the task manager of Windows operating system is it will display the list of services though corresponding to that particular application also. So this is overall scenario about how any application is managed by your operating system. Now same thing is applicable for your mobile based operating system though, remember. Now again, there are system calls may play important role to generating to processing the request through your operating system though. As you know, this is basics related to the operating system which we have already learned. Now again, same thing you can correlate to the mobile based operating system though. There is no any major difference between what is the same thing is applicable for your mobile based operating system also. Like if you consider what is application, what is task, what is process, what is system services, thread, system calls, what is process ID, what is service ID, and so on. So same thing is applicable for your mobile based operating system though. So this is the basics related to the how actually your application is executed through various components of your operating system. Now again, especially if you see the architecture of iOS operating system, now basically it is developed on the platform of Unix operating system though. Also you might be able to learn the architecture of Unix operating system in the previous semesters while having operating system course though. So Unix operating system is again designed in similar way as I have told you the basic architecture of operating system. Like inside you will find in its just try to see the figure related to the Unix architecture. You will find the innermost part is your hardware, then your kernel comes, then actual your interface comes, which includes the system calls, the list of system calls, again which is further connected to the uh, you know application layer basically. Rest of the things are related to the application layer too. So to learn the basic architecture of Unix in more depth, let's consider a very simple example. Like if you try to apply this architecture with your smartphone based applications like your Google Chrome or your camera, you're accessing headphones through your smartphone, again same thing is applicable. There is no major difference between your desktop based architecture, the operating system's architecture, and the smartphone based operating system architecture. So again, if you consider a very simple web-based application which is running in your smartphone, like um, Safari web browser, or you can consider the Google Chrome application which is running in your smartphone though. So like this accessing the user interface of your web browser is a part of your application layer itself, which is the outermost layer. Within Unix architecture, you will find the application layer includes the application programs, then communications and network applications, and obviously the rest of the utility programs also. After that, you will find it includes some device drivers, then system maintenance services, then configurable environment, system commands, user commands, and so on. And after that, it consists of system call, and further your actual operating system layer, that is Unix operating system, and further the hardware is included. So basically, if you consider an example where user is using some web browser, that is web based application, since as I have told you that basically the applications are of two types, basically web based and non web based. So if you consider the web based application which is related to the your system based services though, and your network based services though. So you will find here this web based application needs to include the services related to the networking also, and the services related to the your system also. So while using web application, it will try to communicate with your network application layer though, and your user application layer though. Then same information will be getting passed to the next layer, which includes your device driver layer, which includes a set of protocols and say your user command interface and system command utilities though. See, in this case, it's not necessary that the user needs to enter the commands related to the application. This application will run the commands automatically, which will automatically understand that what is the meaning behind that particular user request, and based on that, the respective system call is used, which is again uh, pass the information to the Unix operating systems layer. Now after that, again the corresponding the kernel will understand that the corresponding hardware has to be used, and this hardware will again include the set of tools like RAM, your audio devices, um, a set of your Wi-Fi hardware, your Bluetooth hardware, and so on. So it will automatically understand that what is the request generated by the user, and based on that it will try to generate it. It will try to calculate the desired output, and it will try to reply again through same flow towards the application layer itself, and then the user will have the desired output in this case. Now basically, again, if you try to understand how the web-based application is executed through Unix architecture is, first of all, obviously when the web browser is open to application layer, it will understand that this is related to the actually user application programs and network application programs. So based on that, respective, it might be related to the device drivers, it might be related to the protocols, or it might be related to the system services, or it might be related to the automatically based commands accessed. So it will be automatically called again based on those protocols, drivers, the automatically generated commands. Automatically, the desired system calls will be generated. Those system calls will try to interact with kernel, and kernel will pass the desired information to the hardware, and hardware will execute the generated request. It might be within RAM, and again the corresponding output will be generated. Again, it will be passed through the reverse order towards the user interface. Now you can consider any another example, like user is using say mp3 player, where the user may try to mp3 application, where user may try to increase the volume through headphones. As we have already known that if the hardware comes as headphones, basically your smartphone includes 3.5 mm jack, through which you can connect your headphone and you can listen to songs and so on. So basically this 3.5 mm jack is a part of your hardware layer itself. So based on that, uh, within the application layer itself, the respective drivers are used to understand what is the meaning behind the actual information used through that particular hardware. This is one example. Another example you can consider, like the hardware can be your camera though. Again, the camera related drivers will be used through your application layer of operating system. Again, the desired information will be understood through those device drivers only, and again the user will have the actual information based on that hardware. So this hardware can include your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, camera, your audio and video related devices. You can connect your external devices to your hardware layer. So again, same basics are applicable, as I said earlier, to your mobile-based operating systems too. So those are just basics related to the your mobile-based and desktop-based operating systems, where we have considered one sample example, like how your Unix architecture is referenced in your iOS architecture though. So again, you can consider same example, where how your camera is accessed through your iPhone though. If you click on camera application through your through the last layer, that is through the last application layer, which will automatically understand that this is related to the input output redirectional command chaining. Okay, see if you see the second layer of Unix architecture includes IO direction command chaining, user command interface, where the user actually enters the commands. It might be your through shell script, it might be through rest of the programming language script and so on. So it's not hard and fast, like use all time user needs to enter the desired commands to generate the desired output. The commands can be entered manually, or the commands can be entered automatically too. Your application itself includes the set of instructions to execute those commands automatically, which will be automatically understood by your kernel itself. Based on that only, it will automatically generate the desired output also. So I can consider same example as we have seen, your camera, how your camera is accessed basically. So obviously what user will do is, through application layer, uh, user will try to click on that camera icon. Again, through that application layer, this request will be passed through the input output directional command chaining. That is obviously based on that, automatically the desired command will be called. The desired command will be automatically executed within the, it might be shell of your Linux operating system, or it might be another platform though. Based on that, the respective corresponding system call will be generated. The system call will again pass this request through the layer of your Unix kernel, and again the kernel will understand what is the meaning behind that. If the generated request, again the corresponding hardware is called. Hardware is in short your camera, and camera will generate the desired information. It might be capturing images, storing images, retrieving images, and so on. And again, same information, generated information, will be received by that kernel. This kernel will again, transfer this information into the desired interface-based information, and again through application layer, the user will get the desired output. So if you compare the Unix architecture with mobile-based application, same thing is applicable though. But in more depth, if you try to learn the architecture of iOS operating system, it is a little bit similar to the basics of Unix operating system. But again, in more depth, each iOS architecture layer includes some components, sub-components though. So probably in next lecture we will try to see what are the basics of iOS architecture and what are the components of iOS architecture, and again we will try to see what is the use of those each the use of components of each layer, and how iOS architecture works to generate the desired output.